Welcome back to CoinX Mint, the channel where old and forgotten quarters can turn into unbelievable hidden fortunes. Today, we're uncovering 5 ultra-rare Washington quarter dollars that may look scratched, faded, and heavily worn after decades of circulation. But these coins are far more valuable than they appear. What most people see as spare change could actually be a collector's dream worth thousands of dollars. Some of these rare Washington quarters have created massive excitement in the coin collecting world, with certain examples selling for astonishing prices at auction. One coin in particular reached a value so shocking that even experienced collectors were left speechless. It's proof that valuable treasures are sometimes hiding in the most ordinary places. So before you spend those old quarters or leave that coin jar untouched, make sure you take a closer look, because one of these rare coins could already be sitting in your collection right now. Let's get started, and if you enjoy discovering hidden coin treasures and valuable pocket change, be sure to subscribe to CoinX Mint so you never miss another incredible rare coin story. First, coin number 1, the Washington quarter dollar from 1967 without a mint mark. This historic quarter has captured the attention of coin enthusiasts everywhere because it represents a fascinating moment in American coin history while also carrying strong collector demand and rising market value. What once looked like simple pocket change is now becoming one of the most searched vintage quarters in the collector world. The 1967 Washington quarter in very fine condition combines history, beauty, rarity, and investment potential in a way that continues attracting serious interest across auctions, collector shows, and online marketplaces around the world. The story of the 1967 Washington quarter begins during one of the most important periods in United States coinage history. In the mid-1960s, America was facing a nationwide coin shortage caused by rising silver prices and heavy public hoarding of older silver coins. To solve this crisis, the United States Mint removed silver from circulating quarters and temporarily eliminated mint marks from coins between 1965 and 1967. This unusual decision instantly made the 1967 quarter historically unique because no mint marks appeared on these coins regardless of where they were struck. Today, collectors recognize the 1967 Washington quarter as a powerful symbol of a major transition in American money and numismatic history. One of the most attractive features of the 1967 Washington quarter is its timeless and patriotic design. On the obverse side, the proud portrait of President George Washington stands with dignity and strength, representing leadership, courage, and American tradition. Even in very fine condition, the quarter still preserves impressive detail in Washington's hair and facial features, creating a bold and elegant appearance. On the reverse side, the iconic eagle design spreads its wings in a powerful display of freedom and national pride. The balance and artistry of the design continue making the Washington quarter one of the most visually admired coins in the history of American coinage. The fact that the 1967 quarter carries no mint mark makes it especially fascinating to collectors. During this special period, the mint intentionally removed mint marks to discourage people from hoarding coins based on where they were produced. This unusual decision created a unique 3-year era in U.S. coinage history that continues attracting strong attention from numismatists today. Collectors appreciate the clean appearance of these no-mint mark quarters, and the historical story behind their production gives them a level of significance that few other modern coins can match. Very fine condition gives the 1967 Washington quarter tremendous collector appeal because it combines preserved detail with authentic vintage character. Coins in very fine condition still display strong features while also carrying the natural signs of circulation that tell a story of history and survival. Washington's portrait remains clearly visible, the eagle design still shows attractive detail, and the coin carries the unmistakable appearance of a genuine historical artifact. Many collectors actually prefer very fine examples because they represent real circulating history while still maintaining impressive visual beauty. The rare coin hobby has changed dramatically in recent years, and vintage Washington quarters are now receiving more attention than ever before. Collectors who once focused only on silver coins are now discovering the hidden opportunities inside historic clad quarters from the 1960s. The 1967 quarter has become especially desirable because it belongs to one of the most historically important transitional periods in American coinage. As more collectors search for high-quality examples, demand continues growing stronger every year. Color and eye appeal play a major role in the desirability of the 1967 Washington quarter. Coins with smooth silver-gray surfaces and natural vintage tunning often attract the strongest attention from collectors and investors. Some very fine examples develop beautiful golden highlights, soft champagne tones, or subtle blue-gray shades over decades of careful preservation. These natural colors create stunning visual beauty and make certain coins stand out dramatically in auctions and collections. Collectors deeply value originality, and naturally toned quarters often command stronger demand within the marketplace. One reason collectors are so excited about the 1967 Washington quarter is because it represents a direct connection to a fascinating era in modern American history. The late 1960s were filled with social change, technological advancement, and economic transformation across the United States. Coins from this period circulated during a time that shaped modern America, making them much more than simple currency. Holding a 1967 quarter today feels like holding a surviving piece of one of the nation's most memorable decades. Auction markets have shown just how strong collector demand has become for attractive Washington quarters from the 1960s. While ordinary circulated examples may still remain affordable, very fine quarters with strong detail and beautiful surfaces can command impressive prices. Exceptional examples with eye-catching tunning and clean preservation have sold for hundreds, and sometimes even thousands of dollars, depending on condition and rarity. The growing excitement surrounding transitional coinage continues pushing collector competition higher. The 1967 Washington quarter also remains popular because it offers collectors an accessible way to own a historically important coin. Unlike ultra-expensive rarities that remain unreachable for many people, this quarter allows everyday collectors to participate in the exciting world of rare coin collecting. Many successful numismatists began their journeys by collecting Washington quarters because these coins combine beauty, history, and investment potential in one affordable collectible. That accessibility continues bringing new collectors into the hobby every year. Collectors pay extremely close attention to strike quality when evaluating very fine 1967 quarters. Coins with sharp hair details on Washington and clear feather lines on the eagle are considered especially desirable. Strong strikes create greater visual impact and make the coin stand out dramatically within collections and auctions. Even among very fine examples, quarters with cleaner surfaces and stronger detail can attract significantly higher collector interest and market value. The rise of social media and online coin communities has also helped increase excitement surrounding vintage Washington quarters. Videos featuring valuable quarters regularly attract millions of views as collectors share stories about hidden treasures discovered in pocket change, estate collections, and forgotten jars. The possibility that a simple-looking quarter from 1967 could secretly hold surprising value creates enormous curiosity among viewers everywhere. This growing public fascination has transformed the 1967 Washington quarter into one of the most discussed modern collectible coins. Historical significance adds another powerful layer of appeal to this remarkable quarter. The removal of mint marks during the coin shortage era created a unique moment in United States mint history that collectors continue studying today. The 1967 quarter represents not only a beautiful collectible, but also a direct reminder of a time when the nation's coinage system faced dramatic changes. That historical importance gives the coin lasting collector value far beyond its face denomination. Professional grading services have brought even more attention to the market for collectible Washington quarters. Certified very fine examples, graded by respected companies, often command stronger prices because buyers trust professionally authenticated coins. As more collectors pursue certified examples for long-term collections and investments, demand for attractive 1967 quarters continues strengthening steadily. Professionally graded coins with beautiful tunning and strong details have become highly respected pieces within the numismatic community. Many experienced collectors believe Washington quarters from the transitional mid-1960s period still have tremendous future potential. As younger generations enter the hobby and interest in historical American coins continues expanding worldwide, demand for important modern vintage quarters keeps increasing. The 1967 quarter stands out because it combines iconic American design, historical importance, strong collector demand, and beautiful vintage appeal all in one remarkable coin. This combination gives it tremendous long-term potential. Searching for valuable Washington quarters has become an exciting treasure hunt for collectors everywhere. People carefully examine old bank rolls, estate collections, antique stores, and inherited family coin jars, hoping to discover overlooked gems hidden in plain sight. Every very fine 1967 quarter carries the possibility of hidden value, especially when it displays attractive tunning, strong detail, and clean surfaces. The thrill of discovery continues driving passion throughout the coin collecting world every single day. Another reason the 1967 Washington quarter remains so admired is because of the emotional connection many people feel toward vintage American coins. These quarters remind collectors of earlier generations, family collections, and the fascinating history of American currency. Every coin carries a journey through time, adding mystery and personality to every example that survives today. That emotional connection makes collecting feel personal and meaningful, far beyond simple investment value. Today, the 1967 Washington quarter, without a mint mark, stands proudly among the most respected and desirable modern vintage quarters in the collector market. Its unique place in American coinage history, combined with its elegant design, very fine condition, and growing collector demand, has transformed this once common quarter into a true numismatic treasure. Collectors everywhere continue pursuing these historic coins as auction prices and public interest keep rising steadily year after year. The incredible journey of the 1967 Washington quarter proves that hidden treasures can still exist within ordinary-looking coins. What once circulated quietly through everyday American life has now become a symbol of history, collector passion, and exciting opportunity. For enthusiasts around the world, this remarkable quarter represents far more than 25 cents. It represents discovery, preservation, history, and the thrilling possibility that one small coin could someday become the centerpiece of a valuable and unforgettable collection. Next up, the Washington quarter dollar from 1971 with the D mint mark. This historic quarter has become a rising star in today's collector market because it combines vintage American history, strong collector demand, and surprising market value all in one remarkable coin. At first glance, many people overlook these quarters as ordinary pocket change from decades ago, but experienced collectors understand that certain 1971 D Washington quarters in very fine condition can become highly desirable treasures worth serious money. Across auctions, collector conventions, and online marketplaces, demand for these classic quarters continues climbing as more collectors search for beautiful examples before values rise even higher. The story of the 1971 D Washington quarter begins during a fascinating period in American history. The early 1970s represented a time of cultural change, economic growth, and technological progress throughout the United States. Coins minted during this era circulated through a nation experiencing transformation and modernization, giving them strong historical importance today. The Washington quarter itself had already become one of America's most iconic coins after first being introduced in 1932 to honor President George Washington. By 1971, the Denver Mint was producing quarters with the famous D Mint mark, creating coins that today are highly respected among collectors for their historical significance and beautiful craftsmanship. One of the greatest attractions of the 1971 Washington Quarter is its timeless design. On the obverse side, the portrait of George Washington stands proudly with strength and dignity, reflecting leadership and patriotism. In very fine condition, many of the original details remain visible, including the sharp lines in Washington's hair and the bold lettering surrounding the portrait. On the reverse side, the famous eagle design creates a powerful image of American pride and freedom. The eagle's spread wings and detailed feathers give the coin a bold appearance that continues making the Washington Quarter one of the most admired coins in American numismatic history. The D mint mark on the 1971 quarter adds an extra layer of excitement for collectors. Coins struck at the Denver Mint are highly respected because they often display strong strike quality and attractive detail. Many collectors specifically search for Denver Mint quarters because they appreciate the sharp appearance and historical connection these coins carry. As more people build Washington Quarter collections, the 1971 D issue continues gaining recognition as one of the standout coins from the early 1970s. Very fine condition gives the 1971 D Washington Quarter tremendous collector appeal because it preserves strong detail while still carrying authentic signs of circulation and history. Coins in this grade often display visible hair detail on Washington, clear eagle feathers on the reverse, and attractive vintage surfaces that collectors deeply appreciate. Many enthusiasts actually prefer very fine examples because they combine historical authenticity with impressive visual beauty. These coins feel like real surviving pieces of American history while still maintaining strong eye appeal. The rare coin market has changed dramatically over the years, and Washington Quarters are now among the most exciting areas of modern coin collecting. Collectors who once focused only on silver coins are now discovering the hidden value inside vintage-clad quarters from the late 1960s and early 1970s. The 1971 D Washington Quarter has become especially desirable because attractive, very fine examples are becoming increasingly difficult to locate as more collectors place them into permanent collections. This growing scarcity has created stronger demand across the market. Color and natural toning play a major role in the beauty and value of the 1971 D Quarter. Coins with smooth silver-gray surfaces and attractive vintage color often stand out immediately among collectors. Some very fine examples develop beautiful golden highlights, soft champagne shades, or subtle blue-gray tones after decades of careful storage. These natural colors create stunning eye appeal that collectors absolutely love. Beautifully toned quarters often attract significant attention in auctions because originality and visual charm can dramatically increase desirability. One reason collectors are so passionate about the 1971 D Washington Quarter is because it comes from a fascinating period in American coinage history. During the years following the removal of silver from circulating quarters in 1965, collectors began paying much closer attention to condition, rarity, and strike quality. As time passed, many quarters from the early 1970s became heavily worn or disappeared entirely from circulation, making attractive, very fine examples much harder to find today. This increasing scarcity continues strengthening collector demand. Auction markets have demonstrated how strong interest has become for high-quality Washington quarters from the 1970s. While average circulated examples may still remain affordable, attractive, very fine coins with strong detail and eye-catching surfaces can command surprisingly impressive prices. Exceptional examples with beautiful toning and sharp strikes have sold for hundreds and even thousands of dollars depending on condition and overall quality. The growing excitement surrounding vintage quarters continues pushing collector competition to new levels. The 1971 D Washington Quarter also appeals strongly to collectors because it offers accessibility along with exciting potential. Unlike ultra-rare coins that remain financially unreachable for most people, this quarter allows everyday collectors to own a fascinating piece of American history while still participating in the possibility of future value growth. Many experienced collectors began their journeys with Washington quarters because these coins combine beauty, rarity, history, and investment appeal all in one collectible. That accessibility continues bringing new people into the hobby every year. Collectors pay close attention to strike quality when evaluating very fine 1971 D quarters. Coins with strong details on Washington's portrait and sharp feather lines on the eagle are considered especially desirable within the numismatic community. Strongly struck coins display impressive visual depth and often stand out immediately within collections and auctions. Even among very fine examples, coins with cleaner surfaces and superior detail can attract much stronger prices and collector demand. The rise of social media and online coin communities has also increased fascination surrounding vintage Washington quarters. Videos featuring valuable quarters regularly attract millions of views as collectors share stories about hidden treasures discovered in old jars, inherited collections, and forgotten drawers. The possibility that an ordinary-looking 1971 quarter could secretly hold significant value creates enormous curiosity among viewers worldwide. This growing public attention has transformed the 1971 D quarter into one of the most searched modern collectible coins. Historical significance gives the 1971 D Washington quarter another powerful layer of appeal. This coin circulated during an unforgettable era in American history when the country was experiencing social transformation, economic development, and technological innovation. Holding one today feels like holding a genuine artifact from a fascinating period in modern America. That emotional connection creates lasting collector demand because enthusiasts appreciate preserving pieces of history through coin collecting. Professional grading services have added even more excitement to the market for collectible Washington quarters. Certified very fine examples graded by respected companies often command stronger prices because collectors trust professionally authenticated coins. As more enthusiasts pursue certified quarter collections, demand for attractive 1971 D examples continues growing steadily. Professionally graded coins with beautiful surfaces and strong details have become highly respected within the rare coin marketplace. Many experienced numismatists believe Washington quarters from the early 1970s still have tremendous future potential. As younger generations enter the hobby and interest in vintage American coins continues expanding worldwide, demand for attractive quarters keeps increasing. The 1971 D quarter stands out because it combines iconic design, historical importance, growing rarity, and strong collector demand all in one remarkable coin. This combination gives the quarter excellent long-term appeal among collectors and investors alike. Searching for valuable Washington quarters has become an exciting treasure hunt for collectors everywhere. People carefully examine coin rolls, estate collections, flea markets, antique stores, and family coin jars hoping to discover overlooked gems hiding in plain sight. Every very fine 1971 D quarter carries the possibility of hidden value, especially when it displays attractive tunning and strong detail. The thrill of discovery continues driving passion throughout the coin collecting world every single day. Another reason the 1971 D Washington quarter remains so admired is because of the nostalgia connected to vintage American coins. Many people remember using these quarters during childhood or seeing them in family collections decades ago. These emotional memories create a lasting connection between collectors and the coins they preserve. Every quarter carries its own journey through American history, adding personality and fascination to every collection it enters. Today, the 1971 D Washington quarter in very fine condition stands proudly among the most respected and exciting modern vintage quarters in the collector market. Its historic Denver Mint origin, timeless design, beautiful preservation, and rising collector demand have transformed this once common quarter into a true numismatic treasure. Collectors everywhere continue pursuing these historic coins as interest and market values keep growing stronger year after year. The incredible journey of the 1971 D. Washington Quarter proves that hidden treasures can still exist in ordinary places. What once served as simple everyday currency has now become a symbol of American history, collector excitement, and financial opportunity. For coin enthusiasts around the world, this remarkable quarter represents far more than 25 cents. It represents discovery, preservation, beauty, and the thrilling possibility that one small coin could someday become the centerpiece of a valuable and unforgettable collection. Next up, the Washington Quarter Dollar from 1982 with the famous P Mint mark. What once looked like ordinary pocket change has now become a fascinating collectible coin that many enthusiasts search for every single day. The 1982 P Washington Quarter in circulated condition carries a unique combination of American history, collector demand, vintage character, and growing market value that has turned it into one of the most talked-about quarters from the modern era. Across auctions, coin conventions, and online marketplaces, collectors continue searching for these historic quarters because certain examples have become surprisingly valuable in today's competitive rare coin market. The story of the 1982 P Washington Quarter begins during a memorable period in United States history. The early 1980s represented a time of economic transition, technological advancement, and cultural change across America. Coins minted during this era traveled through millions of hands during a decade that shaped modern American life. The Washington Quarter itself had already become one of the most respected and recognizable coins in the nation after first being introduced in 1932 to honor President George Washington. By 1982, the Philadelphia Mint had begun using the P Mint mark on quarters, making these coins historically important within the long timeline of American coinage. One of the most exciting features of the 1982 P Washington Quarter is its classic and patriotic design. On the obverse side, the famous portrait of George Washington stands proudly with strength and dignity, symbolizing leadership and American tradition. Even in circulated condition, the coin still preserves much of its visual beauty, allowing collectors to appreciate the sharp profile and bold lettering surrounding the design. On the reverse side, the majestic eagle spreads its wings in a powerful image of freedom and national pride. This timeless artwork continues making the Washington Quarter one of the most admired coins in American numismatic history. The P Mint mark on the 1982 quarter gives the coin special collector importance because it represents the historic Philadelphia Mint, one of the oldest and most respected minting facilities in the world. For many decades, Philadelphia coins carried no mint mark at all, so quarters with the P mark symbolize an important change in U.S. mint traditions. Collectors actively search for 1982 P quarters because they represent a fascinating period when mint mark usage became more standardized across American coinage. This historical significance continues adding excitement and demand to the coin. Circulated condition gives the 1982 P Washington Quarter a strong sense of authenticity and vintage character that collectors truly appreciate. These quarters spent years moving through everyday American life, traveling through stores, restaurants, banks, and countless pockets across the country. Every mark and faded detail tells a story of survival and history stretching back more than 4 decades. Many collectors actually prefer circulated examples because they feel genuine and historical, carrying the unmistakable personality of a real coin that lived through an important era in America. The rare coin market has experienced tremendous growth in recent years, and Washington quarters from the late 20th century are now receiving far more attention than ever before. Collectors who once focused mainly on silver coins are now discovering the hidden value inside vintage-clad quarters from the 1970s and 1980s. The 1982 P Washington Quarter has become especially desirable because attractive circulated examples with strong eye appeal are becoming harder to locate as more collectors begin saving them for long-term collections. This increasing demand continues strengthening the market. Color and surface quality play a huge role in the beauty and desirability of the 1982 P quarter. Coins with attractive silver-gray surfaces and natural vintage tunning often stand out immediately within the collector community. Some circulated examples develop beautiful golden highlights, soft gray-blue shades, or rich antique-style coloring after decades of natural agging. These unique colors create incredible visual appeal and give each coin its own personality. Collectors are always searching for naturally toned quarters because originality and eye appeal can significantly increase both collector demand and market value. One reason collectors remain fascinated by the 1982 P Washington quarter is because it comes from a very important period in modern American coinage. By the early 1980s, the era of silver circulating quarters had long ended, causing collectors to focus much more heavily on condition, rarity, and strike quality rather than precious metal content alone. As time passed, many quarters from this era became heavily worn or disappeared into circulation permanently, making surviving attractive examples much more difficult to find today. Auction prices for collectible Washington quarters continue surprising many people throughout the coin hobby. While ordinary circulated quarters may still appear common, exceptional examples with strong detail, attractive tunning, and eye-catching surfaces can command impressive prices. Certain rare high-quality 1982 P quarters have sold for hundreds and even thousands of dollars, depending on preservation and overall visual appeal. The increasing recognition of vintage-clad coinage has transformed many once-overlooked quarters into serious collector pieces. The 1982 P Washington quarter also remains popular because it offers everyday collectors an exciting opportunity to enter the rare coin market. Unlike ultra-expensive coins that remain unreachable for many people, this quarter allows beginners and experienced collectors alike to own a fascinating piece of American history. Many successful numismatists started their collections with Washington quarters because these coins combine beauty, affordability, history, and investment potential in one collectible. That accessibility continues attracting new collectors into the hobby every year. Collectors carefully examine detail quality when evaluating circulated 1982 P quarters. Coins with visible hair details on Washington and strong feather definition on the eagle are considered especially attractive within the collector community. Even in circulated condition, examples with balanced wear and clean surfaces can stand dramatically above average pieces. Strong detail combined with beautiful vintage tunning creates the kind of eye appeal that collectors actively pursue in auctions and private sales. The rise of social media and online coin communities has also increased fascination surrounding collectible Washington quarters. Videos discussing valuable quarters regularly attract massive audiences as collectors share stories about hidden treasures discovered inside old jars, inherited collections, and pocket change. The possibility that an ordinary-looking 1982 quarter could secretly hold significant value creates enormous excitement among viewers everywhere. This growing public interest has transformed vintage quarters into some of the hottest topics in modern coin collecting. Historical significance gives the 1982 P quarter another powerful layer of appeal. This coin circulated during a decade filled with economic changes, technological growth, and cultural transformation across America. Holding one today feels like holding a surviving artifact from the early 1980s, connecting collectors directly to an important chapter of modern history. That emotional and historical connection creates lasting value that goes far beyond the coin's 25-cent denomination. Professional grading services have brought even more attention to the market for collectible Washington quarters. Certified circulated examples graded by respected companies often command stronger prices because buyers trust the authenticity and condition verification provided by professional graders. As more collectors pursue graded modern quarters for long-term collections and investments, demand for attractive 1982 P examples continues rising steadily. Professionally certified coins with beautiful surfaces and strong details, are now highly respected throughout the numismatic world. Many experienced collectors believe Washington quarters from the 1980s still have tremendous future potential. As younger generations enter the hobby and discover the excitement of vintage American coins, demand for attractive quarters from this era continues expanding worldwide. The 1982 P quarter stands out because it combines classic American design, Philadelphia mint history, vintage character, and growing collector demand all in one exciting coin. This combination gives it strong long-term appeal among collectors and investors alike. Searching for valuable Washington quarters has become an exciting treasure hunt for collectors everywhere. People carefully search through bank rolls, flea markets, estate collections, antique shops, and family coin jars, hoping to discover overlooked treasures hiding in plain sight. Every circulated 1982 P quarter carries the possibility of surprising value, especially when it displays attractive color and strong detail. The thrill of discovery keeps collectors passionate about the hobby every single day. Another reason the 1982 P Washington quarter remains deeply admired is because of the nostalgia connected to vintage American currency. Many people remember using these quarters during childhood or seeing them in old family collections decades ago. Those memories create a lasting emotional connection between collectors and the coins they preserve. Every quarter carries its own story through American history, adding personality and mystery to every example that survives today. Today, the 1982 P Washington quarter in circulated condition stands proudly among the most exciting modern vintage quarters, gaining momentum within the rare coin market. Its historical Philadelphia mint origin, timeless design, vintage circulated appearance, and growing collector demand have transformed this once common quarter into a respected collectible treasure. Collectors everywhere continue pursuing these coins as interest and auction prices keep rising steadily year after year. The incredible journey of the 1982 P Washington quarter proves that hidden treasures can still exist in the most ordinary places. What once passed quietly through cash registers and pockets is now attracting serious collector attention and impressive market value. For coin enthusiasts around the world, this remarkable quarter represents far more than 25 cents. It represents history, discovery, opportunity, and the exciting possibility that one small coin could someday become the centerpiece of an unforgettable and valuable coin collection.